So here we are, again, February, Black History Month, right? The month that we set aside to celebrate the accomplishments, achievements, and accolades of African Americans throughout the country and throughout the world. I always find this time of the year interesting because it seems like we hear the same names every single year. We all know the names. Dr. King, Rosa Parks, Medgar Evers, W.B. Du Bois. Garrett Morgan's getting more notoriety lately, but it's the same names every year. And while those people deserve that platform, they worked hard. They did a lot of great things for African Americans all over the world. There are still so many names that we leave untouched every single year. So while I feel as though it's supremely important that those people get their place as the top names, we have to recognize more. So with that in mind, I'd like to share a few names with you from the past. Alan Leroy Locke was an American philosopher, educator, and writer. Locke became the first Black Rhodes Scholar. He later returned to the U.S. to complete his doctoral studies at Harvard, where he got a PhD in philosophy in 1918. Locke later earned the title the father of the Harlem Renaissance. That's the period of social, cultural, and artistic rebirth that took place in Harlem, New York from the mid-1920s to the mid-1930s. Alexander Twilight grew up in Corinth, Vermont during the turn of the 18th century, where he worked on a neighbor's farm while learning to read and write. He was able to put himself through school at Randolph's Orange County Grammar School at the age of 20. 6 years later, he transferred as a junior to Vermont's Middlebury College, where he graduated in 1823, becoming the first Black person to earn a bachelor's degree in the United States of America. Bessie Coleman was born in Atlanta, Texas in 1892 and grew up in a family of 13 children. Coleman had dreams of soaring through the air, so she went to France. Pause. She was in America, the country she was born in. But as a Black woman, the only place she could go to learn to fly was France. Trendsetters, groundbreakers. But she went to France to find a school that was willing to train her. When she returned to the U.S. in 1921, she was the first Black civilian to be a licensed pilot in the world.
Wow.
Coleman was met with press coverage and attention. Those are just a few names from the past who've done great things. Again, I cannot emphasize enough the need to break out of the cycle of highlighting the same names every February. And we need to truly search for a new list of names to add to speak about all year long. I would also like to add that there are people who are right now making tremendous strides as it pertains to breaking new ground for African Americans in our country and across the world. So here are a few names that you may want to keep an eye out for right now. Former San Francisco 49ers quarterback, Colin Kaepernick.
That's right, man.
He opened the door for a national conversation this year as he took a knee during the national anthem in support of the rights of people of color and in protest against police brutality. Beyond the field, 30-year-old Colin Kaepernick has dedicated his life to philanthropy, and he's raised over $1 million for different charitable foundations and announced the creation of his own youth empowerment camp called the Know My Rights Campaign. 13-year-old star of the TV show Blackish, Marsai Martin's resume is already impressive and is only growing in 2018. The actor will be producing and starring in her own movie, Little, which will begin production this year. She's 13. The project is Martin's first studio feature film. Not only is it the comedy based on her own script idea and concept, but it's also backed by the producers of the wildly successful movie Girls Trip. Ta-Nehisi Coates is a prolific author who's not only won the praises of the likes of Toni Morrison and Oprah Winfrey, he's also sold millions of books, including the bestseller We Were 8 Years in Power and Between the World and Me, both great books. He's currently working with director Ryan Coogler and actor Michael B. Jordan on the upcoming feature film Wrong Answer. He was also the lead writer in the comic book series Marvel's Black Panther. Didn't know that, did you? Sonya Lewis is better known as the student loan doctor, but she's also known as the founder of the first Black-owned and the first woman-owned student loan debt repayment company in the United States. She uses the Student Loan Doctor LLC to coach, teach, and help those affected by student loan debt before, during, and after education. Those people are working right now. Now, up to this point, I've highlighted the achievements of people from the past and people who are living right now. I've covered men, I've covered women, I've covered elders, and I've covered children as young as 13 years old who are daily making Black history. Now, what should that tell you? What it tells me is there's absolutely no limitations on what it takes to make Black history. You can make Black history. But first, now let me tell you about a young man who came from this very city that we live in. He was a product of a single-parent home. His mother struggled to raise him, along with his brothers, but she did her best with the support of the family members who helped from time to time. This young man went to Brentwood Middle School, which is about 3 blocks that way, where he found a love for music and performing. He went to North Charleston High School, go Cougars. And he faced some struggles as a senior in high school. He actually ended up failing his senior year because he made some bad decisions. But he didn't give up. He went back. He faced the ridicule of being called a super senior all year long. And he graduated. After he graduated, he enlisted in the United States Army, where he went and he saw the world. He lived in places like Columbia, South Carolina, in Fort Gordon, Georgia, in Camp Asalia, Qatar. He came back home after earning the rank of E5 to focus on his family, his wife, and his children. He went back to college. He got his associate's degree at Trident Technical College. He got his bachelor's degree at the College of Charleston. He became a teacher. He discovered a love for children, and he dedicated his life to those children. In addition to that, he started working with a mentoring organization, taking it from being confined from a group of kids in one area to a reach that goes from Johns Island all the way to Cross. They currently have over 70 young men who are a part of the organization and over 40 grown men who are a part of the organization as mentors. He's a father of 5, he's a husband, he's a teacher, and tonight, he's speaking to you. Amen. See, I am Black history. Amen. I never thought about myself that way when I was a lot of you guys' age, because I thought that in order to be on that list, in order to be maker of Black history, I had to have like millions of followers, or I had to have a whole lot of money, or I had to have prestige. But all I needed was a dream. All I needed was a mission. All I needed was a heart that said, I don't care what I have to do, I will accomplish that mission. That mission became young people. It became young people because I believe in you. I believe in your ability to inspire the next person. Why? Why do I believe that? Because every day I'm inspired by young people. Because of young people, I get up every day. And I work hard because of young people. Because of young people, I go into a building and I teach children, knowing that those children will one day become the future doctors, lawyers, Olympic runners, gold medalists, change agents, trendsetters. They will become the next. I will continue to make Black history because of you, in the hopes that you too will aspire to one day make Black history. And not just Black history, American history. Not just American history, world history. I want you to be so great at whatever you decide to do, that when somebody thinks of whatever it is that you decide to do, you're the first name that they think of. In the way that when we think about basketball, we think about Michael Jordan. When we think about music, we think about Michael Jackson. When we think about politics and a good president, we think about Barack Hussein Obama.
Amen.
When they think about civil rights, they think about Martin Luther King. I want you to be that great. So my challenge to you is this. Leave here today and be great. Understand that the road to greatness is rough, and it will not always make you the most popular person in your group. It won't make you the most loved person in your group. It will often mean that you're going to miss the biggest parties, and it's also going to mean that probably people are going to talk about you behind your back. It's going to happen. But trust me, in the end, it will all be worth it. So everybody repeat after me. I am Black history.
Black history.
I
I am
am Black history.
Black history.
Be yourself. Be great. Be Black history. Thank you.
Amen.